What's up, everybody? It's another Savage video here. So today we're gonna talk about fandoms, and let's be honest, I have a problem with fandoms because fandoms from my day when we did just like a niche audience that had like the niche audience of anime fans, game fans, combo fans, and or whatever thing you're into has turned sour, turned violent. I'm just gonna focus on anime and video games and comics because that's what I like, but that particular fandom has turned violent, turned hostile, turned toxic. Turned toxic because it's crazy how you can't do anything without being heavily criticized. Okay, it's one to be heavily criticized. It's another to be heavily hated for something. Like for example, I know you heard the Steven Universe fan base basically tried to savagely criticize someone for cosplay as Amethyst, all because of the fact he wasn't black, or the fan who drew fan art of Rose, all because the body proportion was different or whatever. And my thing is, who cares? Right? This is this person's style. This is what they drew. This is how they drew it. They want a different style. I like fan art. I like cosplays. I like seeing different versions of whatever. I've seen multiple fan arts of Kazuya, who is my favorite Tekken character. Is not funny, and I actually like half of them though. I like most of them. I've seen multiple versions of Soul Bad Guy from Guilty Gear, and I like them. I've seen a Gender Bender version of Soul Bad Guy. Weird, but I liked it. And same Overwatch, the game you see right now. I've seen Pharah, I've seen Tracer, I've seen Widowmaker, Mercy, all different styles and versions, and each one looked really good. Yeah, there's some that look kind of but others look really good though too. And same with cosplays. I've seen Mortal Kombat cosplays, Takeda, Scorpion. I've seen Street Fighter cosplays, Ryu, Chun-Li, Yuri, my favorite female character from Street Fighter. I've seen different styles, different characters, different cosplays. I've seen an Assassin's Creed Pikachu. I'm gonna leave that for people who don't understand that as a Pikachu color scheme version, and it's Assassin's Creed, mind you, but the color scheme and everything else is the Assassin's style, the Assassin's Creed outfit, but the color scheme and even the mask is Pikachu. That was downright funny, but the problem is though, the fan base for different fans and different fandoms or whatever has become violent, toxic, hostile, and that's not how it should be. But the problem is, these are the extremists. These are the people that get most of the damn airtime, the most damn screen time, most of the damn time in general, and that's the sad part, because that's not how it should be. That's not how it should be. We shouldn't acknowledge these people. We should acknowledge the streamers. The people we should acknowledge are those who actually want to do well, want to help people and everything. Those people we should acknowledge, because when we acknowledge the extremists, we give them more power. We give them more we give them more reason to just hate, and that's not what we want. We want people to enjoy being themselves. Do you know why we don't have people coming out as fans, or why it seems like we can't really talk to one another? Because we're so quick to judge one another. It's sad. Like for example, I'm a Dragon Ball Z fan, and I used to have someone judge me because of the fact I like Dragon Ball Z. I like Marvel. I like DC. I had a former friend judge me because of that, because I quote unquote don't support underground or indie artists. Like my thing is this: if I like your stuff, I'll look into it. If I don't like it, then I'll just give it to someone who does like it. I don't find it interesting, I'll put it to someone who does find it interesting. Like, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty. I know people who like Call of Duty, and I leave them be. It's just when I talk to them, I try not to talk about Call of Duty. We talk about other things though. And if I do talk about Call of Duty, I normally bring up the last game I played, which is Black Ops 2. That's the last Call of Duty game I played though. Or we bring up games that's made by the developers that did Call of Duty or whatever. I can't remember the games though. But that's the point though. Like, we shouldn't be quick to judge people. We shouldn't be quick to hate on people because of the differences. Because, you know, they like this, they like that, they like whatever. Like I don't like wrestling. I'm not a big fan of wrestling games no more because I feel as though they've run its course. I've since then become grown out of sports games because again I feel as though it's the same thing and not much has changed except like probably a few controls or whatever. But I don't really care though. And yet I know someone's gonna sit there and say, you play Tekken all the time, you play Street Fighter all the time, and they haven't changed over the years. Besides graphic wise and gameplay, graphic wise and some few controllers, yeah, they're technically right. Tekken and Street Fighter hasn't really changed over the years. But you know what the difference between Tekken and Street Fighter for me is? I grew up with Tekken, I grew up with Street Fighter, and I personally actually enjoy those games, win, lose, or draw. Same with Guilty Gear. I love those games though. Win, lose, or draw, I will still love those games. Call of Duty wasn't really my cup of tea and I only really played two games, and that's the Black Ops series up until Black Ops 2, and I stopped at Black Ops 2. I wanted to get Modern Warfare 3, but I ended up not getting it anyway. And that's the thing, literally, like shooter games aren't really my thing. I like action games. I like fighting games. I play games that's different time to time, and that's the thing too. Like I hate when people say, you know, you try something different. You know, stop playing the same thing over and over again. My thing is this: if you like what you like, then play it or watch it or whatever. Don't sit there and judge others just because they don't like what you like, and that's the problem. We're such a judging society that we'll judge other people for not liking what we like, and that's not how things are supposed to go. If we don't like it, then we just leave it be. That shouldn't ruin friendships. That shouldn't cause problems. That shouldn't do a lot of things. But the fact remains that it does. I've lost friendships over shit over stuff like that. That's the sad part too. But that's the sad part too, because as a nerd, as a geek or whatever, I like what I like. Whatever catches my interest, I will look into. If I don't like it, I won't look into it. That's my thing. I initially brushed Steven Universe off as cutesy wootsy kid stuff. But then after watching a couple episodes, I was okay, you know what? This isn't half bad. Am I going to watch it on a regular? Not really. It's not really something I'm going to look into on a regular basis. But the fact that I look into it says a lot though. The fact that I look into it says a lot. BoJack Horseman's done the same. Even though it's an animated series, not really a cartoon for kids, it's still really good though. And it's like, you know, we shouldn't, and like this kind of thing shouldn't really be a thing. Like I don't really like I know someone who's an Inuyasha fan. I can't stand Inuyasha, but I'm not gonna sit there and judge him for Inuyasha. I will get into a debate with him when he says Inuyasha is better than Cowboy Bebop. Then that, yeah, I'm going to disagree on that one. But that's the thing. We're humans. We're humans. I'm going to disagree with you on something that I think is completely wrong. But that's the thing. I'm supposed to. I'm not always supposed to agree with you. And then lies comes the idea of a hive mindset. But people are so used to, people want people to agree with evidence on everything. No, that makes us robots. That doesn't allow us to grow or change or be better. You want people to be perfect, and that's the problem. People aren't perfect. People are humans. The thing about perfect is we try to be flawless, but in trying to be flawless, we become flawed in ourselves because we try to be perfect. We become stagnant. We end up not being better. We end up not growing, and that's the same thing about fandoms. People want everything to be perfect. No, like there's no such thing as the greatest game of all time. There are game greats. There's nothing that's considered perfect though. Even games that are considered perfect have their flaws. Even anime that is considered perfect has its flaws. Cowboy Bebop is close to perfect you can possibly get, even with its flaws. Same with the Gundam series. Same with some like saying, what's another one? Trigun. Again, these are animes that are really, really good, and I guarantee someone can find a flaw. That's the thing. What's perfect to you is perfect to you. Someone else can find a flaw. Meaning the thing isn't perfect. The thing isn't perfect. And the thing about being perfect is actually subjective too. But that's not the point though. But it's not perfect. It wasn't even meant to be perfect. It was meant to be as good as it can be. And something that someone can rewatch over and over and over again, over and over again, and you'd become a fan of it. Like like I said, I'm a big fan of Trigon. I'm a big fan of a lot of anime, a lot of video games, a lot of comics, and I never sat there and said that there's something that's perfect. Representation is one thing though, but even then, there's no such thing as perfect representation until you find someone that completely fucks it up. Like for example, the X-Men movies. I despise how Fox always finds a way to fuck up Cyclops. I am a big Cyclops fan, and Fox always finds a way to fuck him up, and that's the sad part, because Cyclops deserves so much better. And the fact that Fox always finds a way to fuck him up is annoying. Because like, no, Cyclops is this badass. He started off as a Boy Scout and turned into this fucking badass, and you constantly fuck him up. The only ones that gotten really good, if not close to perfect representation of him, were the video games and the TV shows. You know, and they did really good jobs, and I like it for it. But again, and I'm kind of getting off track too. But I kind of off track too, and this video kind of running its course. But the fact remains this. We shouldn't really judge. We shouldn't hate. We shouldn't criticize. Oh, got it. Criticizing is one thing, but it should be constructive criticism. It shouldn't be hate, fear, or anger, or even hostility towards people. It should be constructive criticism. If you think someone can do better as a cosplayer, give them some advice. You know, give them advice, especially if you're a cosplayer in your own right. Give them some advice. Tell them how they can improve their how they can be better. You know, it's nice to help people out too. I'm a video gamer, and I get advice when it comes to fighting games all the time. No, because I always constantly think that I'm bad at fighting games, especially when it comes to Street Fighter, because I feel as though I could be better, but I'm not, and I always feel as though I'm bad. And I normally get advice from people who actually have done better than me. So it's nice to get advice though, as long as it's constructive criticism. If it's hate, hostility, and violence, you're not going to get nowhere. You're going to make people hate you. And then on top of that, we shouldn't really judge people too. Like, if you want to cosplay, cosplay. Yeah, you want to cosplay. If you want to cosplay as this person, then fine. By all means, go ahead. Am I going to like all of them? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna. No, I'm not really supposed to like all cosplays. I'm supposed to like the ones that I find the most interesting. And that doesn't mean I hate the cosplay. That doesn't mean I hate cosplays in general. It just means that I have a particular preference, or I like what I see. Like I say, if I find something attractive or find something interesting or cool, I'm going to like it. If I don't like it, then by all means, fine. It doesn't mean you're a bad cosplayer. It just means to me, it's not my cup of tea. But to someone else, it could be fucking awesome. Like my fiance loves Steven Universe so much that when she sees cosplay of Steven Universe, she takes pictures of it because she loves it. That's what she likes, and that's fine. I actually don't mind her liking that because it gives her something to like. So let her like it. But that being said, though, we need to as people and as fans, we need to fix this because until we fix this hostility, this toxic environment that we're constantly giving our fans, or let alone future fans, is going to continue, and we're not going to get nowhere until we change and until we get better. And that's the thing. No, and the thing, we have a bunch of young fans coming up and growing up, and you know, growing up, and they want to be able to like something without being criticized and without being hated. And you know, they want to be able to enjoy themselves. And we, as you know, one generation talking to a future generation of fans, we should want to embrace them. We should want to talk to them. Let them be them. Let them have their fun. Let them like what they like, and you know, allow them to be better. Allow them to like other things. Allow them to explore and expand. You don't want to become stagnant. Allow them to expand. All right. I love talking to people like that. So that's the end of my video. The video getting too long. If you have a comment, if you'd like to say something, leave it below. And let's say if you want to watch more videos like this, like, subscribe. So then, this is Zito. I'm out. Later days.